I actually have so many questions. I hope my fellow media friends will
Huwag mo lahat eh. Baka question namin.
Oo, isa-isa lang.
Pakiaway niya. Respond ko.
Okay. Off the top of my head, off the top of my head, we're so excited for the forthcoming Miss World pageant. I know it hasn't been announced yet, but since you're now here, Madam Julia, where is the next edition taking place? Can you reveal a little something about it if you're not yet allowed?
India yata?
Tell you that until the fat lady sings, you shouldn't say anything. It's just an expression. But I haven't sung yet, so you must bear with me. But all I can tell you is that we'll be closer to you than ever.
Geographically closer to us. So Thailand, since the queen is from Thailand, is it possible?
It's always possible to come here, and I would love to, seriously. If we're able to, let's have a look at them. And maybe, who knows, what's your tourism? Is your tourist office ready for work? Yes, of course it is. The silence, you've got to have two things. You've got to have the will to want it. You've got to have the money to afford it. Most of all, we need you guys. Because you can do it. We'll do it together. And I would love to come to the meetings. It's been like a second home to me, as you've done for many years. And it's special. So stay special. Don't look down. Look up. Because there's so much there to look forward to. And I will still be around to see it happen. So it's up to you to make it better. You can write about the report all the people. You have to keep everyone down. Give us something to look forward to. You journalists often don't do that. And I bet you our newspapers will really news will really give people a buzz. And I love this time of the year.
Wow.
And don't that's good fun. That's showmanship. It's your showmanship. It's all gone down the drain. Don't let it happen. Philippines is a beautiful country. And you share your problems and you share your joy. And you've got New Year coming up. You've got so many things to look forward to. So make it happen. You can. You're the ones that lead the way. We'll help you where we can. Next Miss Royal, where she is, will come in here like this beautiful lady here. Let's do something together. Invite us to do something. You've got to tell you've got to do it. Not one of you will be like me. Shame on you.
Sir, our moments up to us now. Oh, can I ask another question? For the queens, apparently tomorrow is the finals of Miss World Philippines. I don't know if you're judging, but if you are, what qualities are you looking for in the next winner? And how can you relate those qualities to your best friend right beside you? You seem to click with one another.
Who am I to judge? Honestly, as a Miss World, like you said, I'm not a judge. I won't be picking out who's going to be the next representative of Miss World Philippines, but I hope that she will be the one who carries your flags highly with so much proud and pride in her heart, because I think that's the most important quality that you should have as a representative in order to really show people what's so special about the Philippines, what's so special about the people of the Philippines, and why the world should look at the Philippines like she did at Miss World. So, and also another important thing is to be a woman with purpose. I believe that all of the girls that are going on stage tomorrow, they all have a purpose in their own lives. Many would have one, or many would have more than one, but they would have to stay true to that purpose and to like push their way through it, because it's very important as Miss World is about beauty with purpose. What about you?
I think this is one of the hardest questions that I can answer right now, because
It's all about, representing the Philippines for our country well, and first and foremost, the purpose that you carry here in our country and when you compete for Miss World. But I bonded with the girls this past few weeks, and I think past 2 months, and I've seen how hard they worked. They worked so hard to get the crown, and I could say that they're all equally deserving to be the next Miss World Philippines. But maybe we'll just look forward to someone who's the most genuine and sincere in everything that she does. And I feel like all of them has it. It's just a matter of destiny tomorrow. And I know we're all excited to meet the next Miss World. So yeah, thank you so much for supporting our candidates as well. And would like also to thank the Miss World organization for flying here. Miss Morley, our great Miss World, and the rest of the Miss World organization. Thank you so much for being here. Just being here with your presence gives us hope. And I know that you know that, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
Go.
Paper
Go, Oscar. Sige na, sige na.
Hello, I'm Armin Adina from the Philippine Daily Choir. Welcome back to the Philippines to all of you. I have a question for Ms. Gopal. What does it mean to you being the first ever Miss World from Thailand?
Actually the first thought that when I was first crowned, I would have to say that I still haven't actually realized how big it is, and that sinks in until I would say almost a month back mention. But to enter it, in a bubbly, funny way, my first thought was, oh, even if I'm gonna have like gray hair in the next 7 to 8 years, then people would still remember me as Miss World. So that's like a fun and cute thought that came into my mind. But also at the same time, it's just such a great honor because going back home, we always talk about the homecoming. It was so special, and it made me realize how important it is being a little happiness for my people, because that has always been one of the reasons why I want to accomplish this goal, this mission, on this journey, because I know that we have a lot of pageant fans, we have a lot of children watching, not only enjoying, but wanting to be like us. And I know that given the moment of, Thailand has been announced, it's be a little happiness in someone's daily life, or it could be a very, very big happiness for them and be a reason that they want to go forward in life. So it's such a great honor.
Thank you very much. The next question is for the both of you, Krishna and Gopal. So many things are happening in the world right now: wars, famine, environmental implications, and other concerns and challenges. What significance or relevance do pageants still have in a world that currently experiences those things?
The first thing that came to my mind is that the question, every time I see the Miss World organization, the question that they ask us is, what can we do to help? And I think that is the essence of the Miss World the purpose, is that to amplify solutions and actions, to combat social issues that we're facing. I'm just really grateful that for the past, I think, 74 years, the Miss World organization has been working so hard to contribute something to the world, and I'm just really grateful to be a part of that. And I hope that in the next few years, they always come back here, and then we'll do more and more big things that's beneficial to our community. For me, because Krishna talked about what Miss World always asks us contestants, takes me back to when I was sitting in a lounge at Hong Kong airport remember I was wearing a white shirt and a jeans. I was so excited to go home for the homecoming. And one question she asked me was, what do you want to do to change the world? What do you want to do to fix your country? What do you want to do to help people around the world? And that's the importance of pageantry. We don't only speak for people that have a small voice, but we are also one of those that will stand up and do something. And pageantry gave us that opportunity. Without pageantry, most of us would be just, an ordinary person. We also have a small voice, but now we're here because pageantry gave us opportunity to speak for not only ourselves, but for our people. And once we speak up, and once we get things done, and once we take this and we go to other things that has to be, and that's the importance of pageantry.
Thank you very much, and let's enjoy the show tomorrow.
Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon to each and every one of you. I'm Ethan Assumption from Understander. This World Organization does a lot of community works. Your dedication in helping poor people and children actually amazing. But as Green this World being open, do you have plans or programs to raise awareness about animal cruelty, which is actually rampant nowadays, not only in our country, as what Queen Krishna knows, but in other parts of the world?
I think, okay, this also takes me to another thing that Mrs. Morley always tells me, because I remember so many things that she says. But she used to tell me that animals are like children, and children are like animals, and how we take care of the children, we also should take care of animals like that. And I know that animal cruelty is something that a lot of people don't talk about. Even me myself, I'm considered a vocal citizen, but I would love to hear more and have more awareness even for myself about animal cruelty, but as because we see them as children and they cannot speak like us. They're not able to express words like us. Therefore, I see that us as a speak up is also very important that we look into this and assist where we can. Thank you.
Follow-up question. As Green this World, can you give, let's say, an example of heartfelt or most touching experience dealing with a needy community, be it with poor family or a needy child?
Which community, sorry?
What's this? Your most unforgettable experience while you're dealing with the community, especially with poor people or needy children? Do you have an unforgettable experience so far as Green this World?
I have so many, but one unforgettable moment was when we were in Hyderabad during our Miss World Festival. We visited so many places with children with special needs or unfortunate children that they don't have as many chances in life as us. And to me, it's unforgettable because it's one of the first times where I really get to, they touch my heart. And it's a time where I realize how talented and how much potential these children have. And what's more important than that is that they don't let the circumstances in their lives define who they are or how far they go. And I believe that if other people get to experience what I have experienced, they will have more passion and they will have more will to give these kids more chances in life, because it's so special and it feels so inspiring how you see them and you ask them what they want to do in life, and the answers are just spectacular, and their potential is just beyond what they are right now. So I hope the best for these children, and it's one of the strength for me to do the best for them, and also work in other parts of the world besides India.
Thanks so much
Thank you.
for those interviews, for those not really so much.
Hello, I'm Tristan from AP International. Welcome back, Mrs. Morley, and welcome back, Opal. My question is for both Mrs. Morley and Opal. The crown of Miss World has been in existence since 1971, and it's the stones and the precious stones that are there are mostly blue colored and things like that. But interestingly, Mrs. Julia Morley's birthstone for October is opal. How does it feel having a real opal wearing the crown of Miss World?
That's the first time that question's ever been asked. And I have no answer. They just let me down. I don't, it makes me cry every night that I come up with a book. Are you serious?
Yes. Opal is the birthstone, the generation birthstone for those who are born in October.
But I don't think my own book
But you have a big opal there.
has anything to do with that. It's a crazy question, but I don't know a crazy question. I have no answer.
And Opal, how do you feel that you being your name is Opal and yet your that's the birthstone of Mrs. Julia Morley?
I think it's a destiny, but I'm not sure if it's a destiny that Jem likes, because now she has to put up with me all the time. But it's a cute fact. Thank you for telling us and for asking us this question, because I didn't know the traditional birthstone of October, but I'm glad that there is another link between us, and maybe from now on I will tell her this fact every single time. Well, opal is a stone of hope and love, but if I could add another meaning to it, if you were going to add it to the crown, I would love to add a meaning that is a reason behind